What's the point of having a marketplace if the purists will get mad when you even use the one? A nice question and really controversial one. You have both streams. In one hand you can have a bunch of talented people trying to make their best, doing all the assets in the game to make it unique, and you can have in the other hand the other extreme that looks really bad, very crappy games overusing assets in mobile games usually. The problem is, if you're a new indie developer, a solo team or a small team, you must save as much time as you can, because the game itself is really difficult to do, and it will take a lot of time, so why not take some shortcuts in some spaces? The problem here is some people will tell you, oh, that's a crappy game because of your non-original assets. So I might suggest some 5 ideas that I use in these kind of situations. These advices are not linked to Unreal. This can be used in Unity 2 or other engines that you prefer. First, edit the texture or the material itself. It could make look different many things. I'm a solo developer currently working on Nan Guns, my kind of dream game, because I have many dreams, but another topic. I buy assets for my game, and I use a lot of the free assets that gives Unreal, so it helps a lot. How I make them look different? I bought an hour pack from Bugrimov Maxim. I hope I spelled correctly. He has many amazing packs, and they're really inexpensive. I recommend you that. So, what do I do to make them look different? Well, first we can change the texture or the material itself. May it sound complex, but it's not. You could use free programs and just change the hue value to make it more red or more blue, and you can change, in some models you can see what parts are the head or the chest. You can add tattoos, or it's up to your imagination. For example, in my game Nan Guns I use this as a demon. Well, I have 2 tricks here. I will talk about the second trick later, but the first trick is I change the texture to a more reddish color. So, okay, it's original, inspired on Ghosts and Goblins, as you can see. But just a simple change of color make it look like a different character. Second trick would be make it a collage. You can add parts to your skeletal mesh, so backpacks, hats, I don't know. It could change a lot. If you know so basic things about modeling, you can add more weapons or things attached to their arms. It will change a lot his variety. In this case I give him wings because I wanted to look like a demon. I could add horns, but I think that's enough for now. You can tell the difference here. It doesn't look like the original model. Animation blueprints. Animation blueprints is another trick you can use. You can change body proportions or make animation different. As you can see in this example of the orc, of the classic orc, I changed his stand so he's more curved. You can see like more devilish. I don't know. It gives him some personality, a different personality that the ogre, the initial ogre that we had. You can too change animation by making some parts of the model behave physically. You can detach the head and make it move with the physics, and it looks like a zombie, for example. You can change the scales of some parts of some bones, so it can look like a different character. For example, here I'm going to show you. I hope this I made it with some packs of some synthy packs from Polygon, his Polygon world. I wanted to look like Commando, an old game that I always liked, and it was an experiment. So I wanted him like a chibi, like with big head and a small body. I changed the proportions in the animation blueprints and looks like a different character. Doesn't look like the original model in the Polygon series. I'm going to show you now, for example, one of the bosses that I'm using here. Like it was inspired of Doom, the Arachnobot, I don't know its name, the mechanical spider that Doom had. So I use one part of free assets from Unreal and the other part from a demon pack that I bought. I merge them together like this, change proportion. For example, the feet are really small, so it's like they are hiding, and some tentacles too, because they were too big and they were below the ground. And it ended looking like this. It's an original character, I could say, but it's not original now that you know the trick. It doesn't do anything yet, it just look at you. Another trick would be about crowds. If you're going to use large crowds, usually using the same mesh is quite boring, so you could add some variation. When they spawn, you can change the scale a little, or make it the texture the hue of the texture changed a little too, so when they are all together they don't look like the same creature. That's really a nice touch, I think, because it's boring to kill the same creature over and over. It doesn't feel realistic. Even the spawn demon from hell is not realistic too. I get it. I use this example in my zombies. They are, as you can see, when we put in the scene, they are changed a little, so they doesn't look like the same. It's cool. They look better than before, trust me. And our final point would be the backgrounds. Backgrounds doesn't change too much if you see. Usually there's brick, there are walls, so they have no too much variety. You can change it by decals or adding some stuff in the floor, all depends what you want to do. But the main trick here would be the light. The light helps, the lights make everything. You can change the light and make it look from like medieval fantasy, normal fantasy, to something dark and gothic, dark and goth. You can add some fog. There are some post-process effects that you can use to make it unique. The same stone wall. It's just a matter of creativity. It's like a theatrical play when you are in the school. You must use what you have. Don't expect that you will have everything that you need. So you have to wrap whatever you can to make it look like what you have in mind. Okay, if you're a big team and you have a lot of people, you can give the modelers, the 3D modelers, some job and do everything. But if you're a small team, you don't have access to that. Maybe someday. So I hope you like my 5 idea to make your game look different from the rest using assets. So I hope you like it. If you like it, please consider subscribing and giving a like. See you in the next video. Bye bye. My name is Casero Juan.